Sunny southeast now, where the people of Tramore have been celebrating an eco-friendly tradition that goes back more than a century. Now, Tramore is well known as a seaside and a holiday destination, but not many people realise that in the early 1900s, around the time of the feast of St. Michael, patron saint of seafarers, the ladies who maintained the bathing boxes during the summer months made a large seaweed doll and cast her into the water. Damien Tiernan has been looking at how and why this tradition has been revived.
Throngs of people, festival goers and surfers all out in Tramore during this fabulous Indian summer we've just had. The third annual Tramore Oceanic Surf and Sea Festival at the famous seaside resort was also the occasion to celebrate St. Michael, the patron saint of seafarers. And hundreds of people were expressing curiosity about this curious figure, a larger-than-life seaweed doll. The doll was made with willow in Cathy Hayden's back garden near Tramore. Cathy's love of creating beautiful objects from natural sources has inspired others, such as her son, who set up his own forge in another outhouse at the back. Cathy herself started working with willow 25 years ago.
Willow is a tree. If it was left to grow into a tree, but we would cut it back every year so that we just get single shoots with no side shoots off it. And its pliability, I think, is what makes it so good for basket weave. Not every variety of willow would be good for weaving with, but sometimes you need to soak it for a week or a few days, getting it right. You might over soak it and the bark will fall off it, or under soak it, it's going to be too brittle still. So it's just getting it right. You know by the feel of it when it's in the water, and you just feel it, and you'd know yourself. Years ago, the women of Tramore would dress up, in old clothes. It would make an effigy and put seaweed on it. And at the end of the bathing season, they would throw this out to sea. First of all, they would go around the town and collect alms, and then the doll would be thrown out to sea. And it just marked the end of the bathing season.
And once they paraded around the town, they would come down onto the promenade with a simple ceremony, tossed the doll off the promenade into the sea, and if it drifted out to sea or made its way back into the back strand area, that meant good luck for the following year and hopefully a good warm summer season.
Another tradition long since disappeared are the bathing boxes. A specially made one gives an example of how the upper class ladies who lived and visited Tramore would enter the water.
And once they were actually up in the bathing boxes, any gents that were around at the time, once they were away from prying eyes to the ladies getting changed, were then wheeled the bathing box down into the water up to such a depth that the lady could then exit the box and actually swim around and then re-enter the box. Once it's re-carted up onto the beach, then the bathing ladies would actually towel them down and dry them and wash off all the sand off all their limbs, and they can get back into their frocks that they're going to wear for the rest of the day and then just go about their business within the town.
Tramore's 4-kilometre beach is one of the best in the country, and locals claim it was here that Ireland's first surfers took to the waves a few decades ago. So as well as the Oceanic Festival reviving the bathing box and seaweed doll traditions, it's also a celebration of the exciting sport and hobby of surfing.
When I started surfing, 30 years ago here in Tramore, old-fashioned wetsuits and all of that stuff. Nowadays, beautiful, cool wetsuits. You look like the bee's knees in the wetsuit. And then you do your yoga-like exercises, your Pilates beforehand, get your body nice and supple, get going. And it's pure fun activity. And then if you want to get into it more seriously, you can get into competitions, and you can compete here in Ireland, you can compete for the Irish team, you can go international, Hawaii, wherever, the world's your oyster, but you can start off here and work your way up.
For us, the whole idea of drawing a close to the tourist season, as in the summer tourist season, but also the beginning of the winter tourist season and the beginning of the winter surfing season here in Tramore as well.
Those, such as the photographer Jack Barry, who live in Tramore, say surfing adds to the range of activities available for local people and make Tramore an even better place to live.
This year, I'd say the surfers were the biggest contingent that used Tramore, and I hope they improve and multiply, because it's marvellous to see so many people coming in here with their surfboards on their cars or under their arms, and they're running down to catch the surf, and they bring an audience with them.
A lovely tradition there, and well done to the people of Tramore for reviving it, and also well done to all of the people all around the country who are intent on preserving our traditions and our heritage. I hope you've enjoyed this evening's programme. Enjoy the bank holiday weekend. If you're up around Mohill, go in and have a look at the Culture Festival. Wanilla ar lor iawagwif agus bunigi tanif as an der seachtain na fada.